I think I figured out pretty early on as a kid doing show and tell. I mean, I pulled this out for you because I was thinking about, sometimes people ask, what's the very first demonstration? And if you can imagine me going to school this way, I've got, if you're watching online, you can see I've got a 1 liter bottle filled with water. And then this is an eyedropper. So remember the old medicine droppers? So that's a medicine dropper. And if you put the medicine dropper in a glass of water, it will float because there's air inside the medicine dropper. If you squeeze some of the air out and let some of the water come in, it becomes less buoyant. And if you fill it all the way to the top with water, well, then it will sink, right? So the more full this is with water, the diver will float and sink. So watch, if you drop this into the 1 liter bottle here like this, and you seal it up, check this out. So again, I'll try to be as descriptive as possible. When I squeeze the bottle filled with water, the little pocket of air in the eyedropper will decrease, that volume will decrease. The water goes in, and look at this, it sinks. And now when I let go, it floats. Got it? It's a Cartesian diver, named after Rene Descartes. This was my very first show and tell. This was it, 5 years old. And show and tell was not a day. Show and tell was an experience, right? So we practiced show and tell. And I remember my dad going, so how are you going to do it, whatever? And he said to me at 5 years old, you got to come up with a story. So we'd come up with this story like, put your finger here, and if it's a magic finger, then the eyedropper will follow your finger down, and I just squeeze the bottle. So that's what I was supposed to do. Then I'm supposed to explain the secret. But on the playground, I figured out, I pulled this thing out, and I said to kids, hey, if you got a magic finger, I'll let you check and see, and it's only going to cost you $0.25. Now, this was back in the day when we had lunch money. I made $3.75 before school started. $3.70. Now, I had to give it away. I give it back the next day because my dad said that's called scamming people out of their money, right? But that was the story. I found something at 5 years old that engaged, right? And it worked, and people are like, I'm in. So my entire life has been that. Whether I'm in speech competitions in high school or learning to teach chemistry, or I have a second degree in Renaissance art history. I mean, when I'm trying to teach art, for example, let's just say, I'm just trying to find that hook. What is that one piece that you just go, yeah, that's it, that you're going to grab them?